Hey everyone, Chris here. Welcome to the episode. So, a little while back, Val and I took a tour through Costa Rica, and of course, we made it our mission to eat everything. From the roadsides to the beaches to local spots, we tried as much as we can, from coffee to coffee shops, and of course, some crazy nature adventures along the way. A volcano, two volcanoes. It was fantastic. We explored flavors, we got to meet the people, and really enjoyed the stories and the pura vida that Costa Rica has to offer. So we filmed the whole thing so you could come along. This is our first go at it. We'll probably do more trips and more food tours down the road, but for now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy this Costa Rica food and nature tour. We flew out from San Diego to the capital of Costa Rica in San Jose. It was a beautiful flight. The approach and seeing the country from up top, the whole thing is really just this one big rainforest and jungle. It's incredible. And what's the first thing we did when we arrived? We ate. We found this beautiful little restaurant near our hotel. And it was really a nice way to start the meal because it was all traditional Costa Rican food. So we kicked it right off, and boy, was it amazing.
Day one in Costa Rica in Santa Ana, and we're at Icua Cocina Casera. And I love this because it says regresamos a nuestras raíces con deliciosas comidas inspiradas en recetas tradicionales de nuestras abuelas. Basically just honoring your roots through food, through your grandmother's cooking, your grandmother's recipes. And let me tell you, this sounds really good. Okay, I'm not really sure what this is. It's lentejas. Oh my gosh, these are lentil soups. I freaking love lentils. Just like how grandma would make it. Oh, so good.
Let's see.
First time trying lentejas, I think.
Just like my mom used to make it.
Your Armenian mama.
It's good. Really good. So Val and I do this thing where we just keep on eating and ordering and eating and ordering. This platter was unbelievable. I couldn't believe all this food was just tucked away at a restaurant at our hotel. Incredible.
That you took, so I don't take a whole piece. Pro tip. In the beans. Get some of this because I freaking love plantains.
Do it.
This is cheese.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yum.
Next stop, we of course had to try a cafe. So we came to this cute little cafe for breakfast. Look at these chairs. They were like old sewing table chairs. It was really, really incredible. Beautiful garden, and we just could not wait to try what they had. Beautiful breakfast dishes. I'm a sucker for croissants. If they have it, I don't care what country it's in, I'm gonna try it. Val loves her healthy bowls for breakfast, and who can blame her? Look at that. Oh my god. Everything here was incredible. The coffee in Costa Rica is amazing. And here is why Val loves her bowls. Yum.
It was great. We do? We had plenty of coffee. We went to Little Chinatown. What else did we do? I don't know. We did quite a bit of things. Here.
First day in Costa Rica was fantastic. First full day, because yesterday we were so jet lagged. We walked around, visited some nice little pockets. We went to a coffee shop, which was really nice. And now we are at this national park. It's right around little like Chinatown swap meet kind of area. That was super cool. A lot of fun stores. And this park is nice. And we had hot sunshine all day, like really hot, sunscreen hot. And now it's getting cold and windy and gloomy. And it looks like we're about to get a quick tropical storm. Hopefully it's moving over us. So luckily, we didn't get wet, but we had reservations to this amazing fine dining restaurant in San Jose, Costa Rica. We highly recommend it. The food was incredible, and we were lucky because the chef had a brand new R&D menu that he was testing out this evening, and we were one of the first ones to try it out. So we hope you enjoy this. This was really something. The what? Incredible cocktails and drinks. Honestly, everything was delicious when it came to the drinks. Everything was so well thought out. The menus, they came along with these little cards with information from where they source the ingredients for all of our dishes, with stories of all the farmers and the other restaurants that they work with. We actually still kept those cards. They were super cool, very well designed, pictures, nice text. And we never know what to order, so we just got the chef's tasting menu. So for us, it was just one dish after dish after dish. I gotta say, when I saw this, I was like, are we eating that? But it was just to show where the fish in our plate came from. So hey, that was us, now in your plate. This was some truffle cheese, I think they did, or some kind of like buttered cheese. Oh man, I can't remember, but it was so good. Ooh, this was a sea urchin that we had. Honestly, the best sea urchin I've had anywhere. You don't really find sea urchin everywhere, but when you can and you know it's going to be good, I highly recommend trying it. House-made muffin bread here. Val couldn't eat it, gluten-free. Sorry, babe, but it was so good. Okay, this was one of my favorite moments, even though it was kind of a fail. The chef came out from the chicken with hot charcoal and the raw meat for the dish, and he used the hot charcoal to heat up the meat right there tableside. And remember, this was R&D day, so it was a little sketch, but really delicious. Dessert is one of my favorite meals. I wish I could remember what we were eating exactly, but all I can tell you is it was delicious, not too sweet, incredible balance of flavors. This particular dish really hit. And next, up to the mountains we go. You ready for this hike?
No, it's cold.
This is how she dressed for a rainforest hike. I'm not that much better though.
I'm so bummy. Me da vergüenza. My parents would be upset.
We are literally hiking up to a active volcano. So we're at the base of the mountain, the Boas volcano, active. Once we got up there, you can smell the sulfur. So it looks like a white void, but in those misty clouds there is a couple miles down into a crater that's an active volcano, and we can't see it, and low-key it's kind of creepy.
You can smell.
This was one of my personal favorite spots of the hike. It was this enchanted, lush, mystical little hiking trail that you can tell this type of greenery and landscape only can grow on a volcano. It had such an energy. It was so eerie. Being an active volcano, I don't know if it was wise for us to be up there, but man, it was worth it. This is incredible. It's just like, it feels like this is where the fairies hang out. It's like just all wet and green and gloomy. I like it. We're wrapping up this hike and we drove a lot in Costa Rica. So glad we rented a car and drove around, although the pothole situation is pretty serious. But our next stop was ziplining. I'm all for adventure, but I was kind of nervous with these zip lines. They were really long and really high above the forests, and we did a couple different versions of it, but I gotta say it was worth it. Highly recommend this at Monteverde. How you feel?
Okay.
Are you excited?
I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
Is it because you're wearing all this?
Maybe. Maybe this.
C'est un peu compliqué, on va apprendre parce que là, on n'a pas trop envie de voyager. C'est quand même mieux de savoir parler un peu quand même.
We're in this off-roader 4x4. Pro tip, I shot this using the action mode on the iPhone and it completely smoothed it out. This was an incredibly bumpy ride, but you can't tell. Technology. This is the Superman's cable. If you want to do it, take 2 pulleys. For those of you that don't know what a Superman zipline is, well...
Chris, wave!
Bye-bye. Ahí le vas al viejo. The company is the right or left, madam. This way. Hold the cable, please.
So I thought Val was right behind me on this line, and I'm pretty much zoomed in max on my phone, so I couldn't really tell who this was. And I thought it was Val, and I thought she got stuck and didn't make it to the end of the line. Oh no. Okay, Val got stuck. Somebody got stuck. Oh, it wasn't Val. There's Val. Dude, I thought that was you. I was like, no, that poor guy. In addition to the zip lining, there's the Tarzan swing. Val chickened out, but when in Rome, or in this case, Costa Rica, you gotta try everything. And I gotta say, this was adrenaline to the max. 100% recommend. Do not skip the Tarzan swing. YOLO.
Oh my god! Ja, das schwingt sie jetzt auch nicht. Ja, das ist so ein lustiges.
How did you do?
Top on.
You should do it.
No. No.
That was wild. Woo! That was crazy. I loved it. So much fun.
Nice.
So much fun.
Let me see, your hand's still shaking? Not really, kind
It's
of?
red from holding the rope. And I'm shaking because I was scared. 10 out of 10. If you come to Costa Rica, 100% adventure in Monteverde. Highly recommend it. Worth every penny. And it's not as scary as you fear. So do it. You only live once. Hopefully not up until this point.
Oh my goodness. It was great. Fantastic. I did all of them except for the Tarzan. Superman was so much fun. I think the first line was cooler because I think it was longer. And I felt like I went faster. Also, apparently I'm too light to go for that one. So yeah, couldn't actually Superman. I was too light. I didn't want to get stuck. If I get stuck and pull myself.
Next stop, we went to Jaco Beach. It was about an hour and a half drive from San Jose. Let me say the climate here was very different than San Jose. Extremely warm, extremely humid. San Jose was much more fresh, but of course we got to try some more great spots here. There was this little tiki bar, and of course I had to have a pina colada. It was way too strong and way too street, but way too sweet, but you know, we got to get our booze on when we're traveling. We don't booze anymore, but at that moment it was great. How's your margarita?
Good. I'm looking at stingrays jumping out of the water.
Legit stingrays were flapping around, but nothing a little ceviche can't fix. And of course, I love my hot wings. Gotta have my hot wings. Love my hot wings. Beautiful sunset.
Gorgeous. I have an even better view.
But the sun's over there, bro. That Central America sunset really hit nice. The water was warm, the vibes were great, and seeing that sun come down over the horizon out there, it was just pure magic. This is why you travel. Buenos dias. How is that jet fuel?
Woo. Put some hairs on your chest. It's strong.
It is strong.
Very strong.
Very strong.
Very, very strong.
Like every sip I take, I'm like shocked. I'm like, damn.
It's a lot.
I'm scared.
I'm gonna have to run 5 miles after this.
Alright, aside from the sunsets at Jaco Beach, Maria Alta restaurant was such a great find. This really tasted like home Costa Rican cooking. And it kind of was, because Grandma was in the back and she was whipping up this incredible breakfast. One of the best breakfasts I have ever had.
I don't think I've ever had chicken on an omelet before, but now I'm gonna do it.
Nice.
There's cheese. I keep eyeing it. It looks amazing.
This tastes like it was home cooked. Like, honestly, there's grandmas back there cooking this meal right now. It's incredible. This rice is excellent. Probably some of the best rice I've ever had. It gives you that morning joy. Delicious. Once we got back to the hotel, we did a little R&R and kind of just read a little bit and then hit the bar. And then for breakfast, we found this little like bohemian Blackbird Art and Cafe. This was probably the coolest coffee shop we got to see. So, it was so well designed, and they even had like a garden there where they grew a lot of their herbs. This was really good. The coffee was excellent, as all Costa Rican coffee is, but the food here was also amazing. So let's check this out. Super cool.
I love that glassware. It's so pretty.
I just love when restaurants and cafes really think about it. Like everything was chosen with purpose. Look at those utensils, the glassware for the coffee, whether it was iced or hot. They really, really thought it through. And look at this presentation on the pancakes. It's literally a work of art. It lives up to the name. Remember I said I love croissants? Remember I said Val loves her bowls? This was really a treat. Our next stop was another really long drive, probably an hour and a half from San Jose to Arenal. This is probably one of the more popular getaways in Costa Rica. You get these amazing views of a high, traditional looking volcano, and there's lots of activities and hikes and hot springs to do at this Arenal location. This volcano was actually active for a long time. You could see it still has lava streaks on the mountain, but now it's quiet. Can you tell what that is? That's a volcano. Let's go. This hike was really interesting. You got to travel through so many different landscapes. This was like a dense jungle like landscape, and there were all sorts of animals, and the deeper you got into the volcano hike, the animals changed. This is a turkey, so the animals changed. The wildlife we saw was different. Look at that blue tail on this guy. I forgot about this guy. Wow. So yeah, let's travel through this volcanic mountain hike. It was a little humid, but the weather was actually really nice. Arenal is probably one of my favorite things we saw there. I highly recommend it. There's a huge lake here, lots of properties at the base of that lake. Where we're standing shooting this actually is where some of the lava flow used to land. So we're actually standing on dried up lava rock. You could see right there on the side of the mountain, those are where the lava used to come down.
Thank you very much.
Good.
It's so clumsy, I have to be careful.
This is me just recording little parts of the hike. This is called B-roll, guys. You need B-roll. Just shows that we're enjoying our time, and it shows the scenery. B-roll. This really is pretty incredible. The trees, right now we're engulfed in the trees, so it's nice and cool and breezy. But whenever you get out into the sun, it gets really toasty really quick. Humidity level is decent, not too bad. Whoa, look at this. It's like Jumanji up in here. We came across this massive tree. Who knows how old this thing was. It's not as big as I'd say as the sequoias, but it was up there. It was really grand, and it was just very different, very beautiful, more foresty. And then we saw these leafcutter ants. This was my first time seeing this. I had only ever seen it in cartoons. It reminded me of that first shot in The Lion King. And then we saw these blueberries. Don't eat it, Katniss. Don't eat it. PETA. We were off to our Airbnb, and it's fair to say we scored with this one, and Val really liked it.
It's
You like this Airbnb?
I do. Oh my god! Look, it's like right in front of the volcano.
I know, that's crazy. Literally in front of the volcano. The views in the morning are gonna be great.
Like, there's literally people camping out here for the view that we have on our Airbnb.
Sick. What a score.
My goodness, amazing.
Cute little spot. Valerie brilliantly set up her time-lapse camera in the morning for sunrise to get a shot of the clouds on the mountain. When I woke up, all the clouds were already gone. When we went back to watch this, we were just blown away at the shot we were able to get, and the mountain really welcomed us. Look at that. It was mind-blowing. Just absolutely beautiful and a majestic moment that I'll never forget. You know, it's really one thing when you see these things in, you know, on TV or on a screen like you are now, but when you see it in person, it's indescribable. You can feel it. You don't just see it and marvel at what you're looking at. You see it and then you feel it and you marvel at the feelings that it gives you. Fun story. This is my first time ever wearing a bucket hat. I've never worn one. Never been that kind of guy. But I kind of like it. I feel so much cooler, both physically and figuratively.
Omelette, plátano frito, empanadas, and a salsa that looks like a cortizo of some sort. Okay, baby.
We were just driving around trying to find the spot to have breakfast, and we saw this little shack in the side of the road, and we pulled over for empanadas, and were we happy that we did.
Yeah.
It's so savory. The masa has cheese in it. Very juicy. Good flavors. A little bit of spice. This is great. And for lunch, we did the same thing. We saw something at the side of the road as we were driving around Arenal, and we stumbled on this little gem as well. Perfect lunch. So good. Drive up to Arenal was only a day trip, and we didn't get to stay at one of the resorts, but what's cool is they give you day passes, so we found one that wasn't really crowded but was still highly rated. And of course we had to check out the resorts because you cannot go to a volcanic tourist area that has real hot springs and not try it. So this hotel was beautiful, and we just could not wait to try these hot springs. This was actually going to be my first time in a hot spring. Val had done it before, but I was really excited. This is like my dream come true because I'm not cold. I always get cold and I'm not cold.
Right here at the Springs Resort in Arenal, and they got live music.
This is pretty amazing. I normally get really cold in pools, but this is not a pool. This is a hot spring. My hands are slippery. Hold on. There we go. Much more better.
Is this your first time in a hot spring?
Yes.
Cool! I love it.
The only other hot springs that I've been in, they didn't call them hot springs. They call them hot tubs.
Hot tub.
Hot tubs. This is way better. We're gonna go down there and get a drink soon. That is a freaking volcano. Unreal. This place is nice. We had dinner at the resort. The food was good, but I gotta say it wasn't my favorite on the trip. Still incredibly delicious, but something about the local dishes are just way better. When it comes to dessert though, as always, this is my jam. Let's see. It's boozy. So rich and boozy. I could taste the Kahlua. Wow. Really good. Pura vida. Our next stop was Mystical Park. And as soon as we arrived, we were greeted by these, I wish I could tell you what they are, but they're like these raccoon kind of things. Think of them like the raccoons of the rainforest. And then there was this giant rodent. It's a lot bigger than it looks. It was a really big size, probably the size of a possum. And then this guy just caught a little fly. There he goes. Across these little plants, so like you run your fingers across them and they like close shut. It was pretty cool. And then there's these stingless bees creating honey right here on the site. They look like flies, but almost like the shape of a wasp. But yeah, they're stingless, no stingers. This was one of the coolest things actually to see in Costa Rica were these leafcutter ants. It reminds me of that first shot again in The Lion King where all the ants are on the branch. It almost felt like CGI, but nope, it was real life. They're carrying them. All sorts of reptiles and lizards, snakes, beautiful landscapes. I mean, every corner you were walking through this national park, you turn, it's just more beautiful than the last. It really, really is nice. Highly recommend Mystical Park. Of course, we came across some bats. They're little tiny ones. They were actually kind of hard to see. I had to really zoom in to catch them. But yeah, we saw the bats, and there's these really cool trees. This one looks like a giant broccoli, which I liked. And then we walked the suspended bridge.
Where are you, Val?
We're in Costa Rica, in Mystical Park.
About 200 feet above the ground.
I have no idea. Should have taken some Dramamine.
That would be nice. There you go. And we can do the same with you. Right back. Why you want the picture as well?
Good?
Like 15 waterfalls.
Oh, look, that's the bridge we were walking across earlier, just to give you a sense of what it looks like. And it is suspended, wobbly.
Bitter canes. Related to birds of paradise, the heliconia we saw before.
I actually remember the name of this bird. It's called a motmot. Really colorful. Honestly, the video doesn't do it justice. It had this bright yellow body with this greenish blue wing. Super cool bird. And it was off to lunch with some more traditional Costa Rican food. Alright, the moment you've been waiting for. When in Costa Rica, you gotta see a sloth. And I gotta say, people get super, super excited to see a sloth. I mean, whenever a driver pointed or a tour guide pointed and said sloth, everybody scrambled to check it out. But it's very underwhelming. This is literally it. They just are a giant piece of hair hanging in the center of a tree. But yeah, that was Místico Park. Adiós, Arenal, mucho gusto, pura vida. Alright, we're coming up on our last day in Costa Rica, and we saw some pretty gnarly bugs. Starting with this beauty. That's a bee that was probably the size of 2 of my thumbs put together. And yeah. Then we saw this thing. This was probably the size of my palm. Massive. And they're just hanging around San Jose. This was on the community college campus. We got a little private tour from a student. Yeah, in the video it's beautiful. But in person, no sir. And more underwhelming sloths. These sculptures on the campus were really cool. They had so much energy. I love them. Pretty little bird. It's always fun to see a colorful bird. And then we saw this guy, praying mantis. We later stumbled into this really nice cafe. They had a really great layout, all sorts of different choices for different kinds of coffee and pastries. We really enjoyed the spot. Highly recommend it. It's in San Jose. We ended our trip with an interesting spot. It was like a Costa Rican Texas barbecue fusion. And we had essentially, barbecue in tacos, which was very different for us, but this was a great spot. Recommend this one as well.
There we go. It's good?
And then you put a little bit of the, what is this?
Chimichurri.
Chimichurri.
Perfectly cooked steak with pineapple.